Hi everybody, welcome to Fast Coasters, and today we're going to be talking about Universal Great Britain. Now, Universal Great Britain was just announced the other day. It is a brand new theme park by Universal coming to Bedford in the UK. It's just above London, I believe. So it's going to have a lot of tourists, a lot of people are going to want to come here. A lot of people who go to Florida usually from Britain are going to come here all the time now. It looks like an incredible park, and I'm going to be walking you through what I think the different areas are going to be and talk about some of the rumors that have been swirling around about the property. Now, just for some background context, we first learned about the possibility of this happening that they bought land in December of 2023, I believe. And now it is April of 2025, and the park has been officially announced. It's not going to be opening until 2031, and construction won't start till next year. So we do have a ways to go. It's about the timeline that Epic Universe took. But it's still going to be cool to look at this concept art because Epic Universe, the concept art was pretty spot on. A couple things changed, but for the most part, like coaster wise, everything was there. So we're gonna go this little close up view now. So we're gonna start here with the entrance area. You see my cursor here. Here with the entrance area, there's believed to be a city walk that's gonna be here. So that's gonna lead up here, and I believe the turnstiles are gonna be integrated with the safety checks, just like how Epic Universe is gonna be. You have the huge globe at front, which is the Universal staple. You got the archway, which I'm glad they put the hotel over here and not over the archway because I think this looks a lot prettier. So the archway here, this is reminding me a lot of Universal Studios Hollywood in their main entrance street. You got the fountain here. I assume you're gonna have maybe the people pretending to be the statues along here. On the left, we have the big hotel, which is going to be the on-site hotel there. It's not in the back, it's not in the front. It's just right off to the side, integrated into the area, which I do like. You got this theater over here, which could be a show. It could be into here. This could be here, but uh, show theater venue here. This could be like maybe a Bourne show or a James Bond show. It could be the Bourne Spectacular, but instead it's like a James Bond version since we're in Britain. So I think that could be pretty cool. We come up to here, we get the big view of the lake with a grand view of the whole park. And we're going to start going off to the left. Now, if we go off to the left, we have this kids area right here. We got a little balloon ride. We have what seems to be a teacups ride, maybe a play area, kind of like how the play area was or is in the DreamWorks land at Universal Studios Florida. We got this in the back here. It could be like a small boat ride, maybe from here. That could just be a path. It could be a show. It could be a meet and greet. But the main going rumor and what I think this is going to be, I do think this is going to be a Paddington themed area. I'm not going to pretend that I'm really too familiar with the Paddington IP, but I do know that it is very popular in Britain. Originally, my thought was DreamWorks, but this really doesn't. This looks more like a Paddington area to me. So we got Paddington over here, and then we move up here. We got this little stage over here, and then this is the big one right here. This is what seems to be a Back to the Future roller coaster. So this definitely looks like it's a hyper coaster, no doubt. Hopefully it'll go as 88 miles per hour. This seems to be the main town square. So we're going to look at the layout real quick. This definitely seems to be an Intamin multi-pass launch coaster. So it seems to maybe be the station here. It turns here, launches out over the airtime hill, goes up the big spike here, track switches, it comes back. Seems like it's going to do an S-bend backwards into like this big Hyperia-esque inversion. It's going to invert outwards and then come back in backwards. That's going to be pretty cool. Then you got what looks like this airtime hill. It could be an inversion, but I think because the switch set's so close, it's going to be an airtime hill. Comes down here, goes up this other little spike, this twisted one right here. Track switches, you're going to go forward, up into this pretzel knot element. It's like what Banshee has at Kings Island. Going to go up into here, then do this, looks like a underflip sort of element. You're going to twist out and turn into the brakes. So I think that's going to be a really cool, fun coaster. It's not something I would think Universal will build, but I am glad that they're branching out into these bigger roller coasters for their parks. So we got the Back to the Future area right here. We got this big plot of land, which is presumably for future expansion, and we'll get onto that later. And then we got back here. Now this is one big Jurassic Park area, in my opinion. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is wicked over here," but I mean, the theme transition's way too hard. Usually they would do like you see how there's like a little transition between each area. There's zero transition here, and I don't think you'd have Jurassic Park and Wicked right up next to each other. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. So you come in here, these building roofs. I mean, that's a dead giveaway. That is Jurassic World. Over here we have these two drop towers, which remind me of Doctor Doom's Fear Fall. So that could be. I think they have one like this in Beijing as well, but I could be wrong. So you got these two, what I presume to be SNS drop and shot towers. Then you got this humongous show building right here, which is presumably, if this is a Jurassic Park area, this is Jurassic World Adventure from Beijing, which looks like one of, if not the best dark rides in the world. It looks absolutely incredible as far as dark rides go, with just the effects and stuff. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it is incredible. If the UK is getting that, that is going to be their best ride, period. Roller coasters, dark rides, that is going to be their best ride. So we have the Jurassic World Adventure right here. We have this little lake area, which reminds me of Epic Universe. The little waterfalls coming down. Then we move into here. I'm not sure what this is. Could be like a restaurant. This could be another smaller attraction. Because as we'll get onto later, we have to remember that there are going to be a lot of indoor areas in this park because we are in the UK. It's going to rain a lot. So we have this building right here. And then we have our second of the two big coasters. We have this giant green coaster. Now this could be, in my opinion, I think this is either a Vekoma, a Mack, or an Intamin. Because it definitely looks like a mega coaster. So looking through this layout is a lot longer than the big blue coaster over here. Looks like it's gonna turn right out of the station, come down, come up into the lift hill. I don't know how tall this is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be as big as this one. It could be maybe 150 feet, maybe around the size of like a Conda Wallaby Belgium. It's gonna come up here, turn all the way down, do like this twisted drop, turn around itself. That's gonna be pretty intense if it's big enough. Gonna turn around, come up here. It looks like it's gonna do some sort of dive loop or inversion here. Come back down, up into another airtime hill or inversion. Then it's going to twist around here, do like a bit of an S-bend element. It looks like it's going to do maybe a stall here, and then the airtime hill is going to go above it like a steel curtain, or it's the other way around. It's going to come around here, twist around over the lake, and then it's going to come here and do either an airtime hill or the stall. And it's going to do this turn over here, do some more little airtime hills. Yeah, and then it's going to go, it looks like it kind of loses way a little bit in the concept art, but it looks like it's going to go under here, and make its way around here, snake around, and into the brace. It does look like a really long coaster, and I think that might be the best coaster in the park. It depends on how good this one is over here. But yeah, we got that big Jurassic World coaster here. We move down here. We're going to go left here. This is Waterworld. This is exactly like Waterworld. Same entrance, same building. This is Waterworld. It could be some sort of James Bond stunt show. It could be like a mix between the two. But I think this is Waterworld 100%. So we come down here, and we got this area. This is like the mystery area of the whole thing, the one that a lot of people aren't too sure about. People were saying Lord of the Rings, but I don't think this is Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings would be an expansion area for this part because I think it would be a lot bigger than what this is. But the going theory and my theory for this is that this is Shrek, because this does look like one of the buildings in Shrek, like 1-to-1 scale. So I think this could be like a smaller attraction or a dark ride or maybe a restaurant. Come around here, and I think this is going to be like the Kung Fu Panda area of Beijing. So if you don't know the Kung Fu Panda area, it's all indoors. There's multiple rides in there. So I think you're going to go into this building. Shrek Swamp is going to be in there. Maybe a boat ride, or maybe you'll have the Shrek 4D of this park. There's no far away here like there is in Singapore. But it's going to be sort of like Shrek Swamp, I think. You're going to go in here. It's going to be in there, create all the dense lighting. And you'll have some sort of ride in there. Who knows what's going to be in there, but I think it's going to be a big indoor area. We come out of here, and then we go into this area, and this is the most obvious area out of all of them. This is Minions. This is the Illumination Land. It is exactly like the one in Beijing. As you can see, there's this coaster type thing here. It could be a real coaster, but the one in Beijing is just a model coaster, just to make it look nice, but I would appreciate if this was a real coaster. If this is anything like Beijing, underneath it, that'll be a whole indoor area, and you'll have a junior coaster in there. As you can see, I can see the Sing Theater here, so that'll be like the Beijing show. I think that one's at Beijing. Over here, looks like there's going to be Minion Mayhem. I'm hoping for maybe a new dark ride or a new show, but Minion Mayhem, it's here. It's usually at all the Universal parks. I'm not a huge fan of Minion Mayhem, but I would presume it would be here. And we come down here. I don't think this is any other ride here. I'm not sure. It could be. It could be Secret Life of Pets. I would hope that would come to this area. That bring the Illumination area together really nicely. And then we come out here to our next expansion plot. We'll get onto that later. And then we have this. Now this, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's Jaws. They're going to make Jaws here. This is not enough room for Jaws. I mean, Jaws, it would probably be all the way out here if you're going to make a real Jaws boat ride. This could be some sort of like a special effects show, or this could be the special effects show. Again, I'm not sure if this building goes to here, if this building goes to here. It looks like it's going to go to here, so maybe this is the special effects show, and this is just like a facade, maybe a restaurant or like a shop here. But this looks integrated into this area right here. So overall, here, we'll go to this picture. It gives us a better view. As far as expansion area goes, I do think that the two that people are talking about being in this park are like Lord of the Rings and Wicked. I do think those are the two expansion areas. Maybe Lord of the Rings over here and Wicked over here. The big omission is Harry Potter. This is going to be the only Universal park I think that doesn't have a Harry Potter ride in it. I think maybe because Warner Brothers have the rights in the UK, but I'm not sure. But that could also be one of the big expansion plots. I don't know how much room they have enough around this. I don't know if they have room for another park. They could be saving for that. But I do think maybe Lord of the Rings over here and Wicked over here. But that's going to be way, way down the road, like 10, 15 years from now that those are going to get built. Because these are going to be empty with the park. Like Epic Universe has those two big expansion plots. This one has its two big expansion plots as well. So overall, I think this is going to be incredible for the UK. These look like two top tier elite roller coasters. Who knows if there could be an indoor coaster in here somewhere? You could have that junior coaster. Maybe this could be a real coaster as well. I'm glad the UK is finally getting their proper resort. I know they were supposed to get Universal Britain all the way back in the 90s maybe, and that fell through. The London resort, of course, that was a humongous mess. That was never happening. So they got their proper resort now. It's official. It's happening. They got fences up, and construction's going to start next year. One day I'm going to visit. I don't know when, but one day I'll visit. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about Universal Great Britain in the comments, and what would you like to see come to the park? So thanks for watching this news update video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.